Hello and welcome. I'm Laia, and today's class is from this beautiful sunny terrace in Barcelona. And I just wanted to share with you a few minutes of movement, breath, and being present. So if you have 2 blocks, make sure that you grab them. And if you have a yoga mat, that's also quite useful for this practice. And go ahead and bring yourself to a comfortable seat. Take a moment to roll your shoulders and move your neck. And then slowly bring yourself to stillness, just for a few moments to notice how you arrive, how you feel. Maybe softening your gaze or closing your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose or your mouth. Again, inhale, fill up your lungs. Exhale to soften. One more, breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, lift your shoulders up toward your ears. Maybe make fists with your hands. Squeeze anything that you can think of squeezing. And on your exhalation, relax your shoulders and your entire body. Again, inhale to squeeze and tighten. Exhale to release. Inhale, find length through your spine. And on your exhalation, bring your right ear to the right shoulder. Back through center as you inhale. Take it to the other ear as you exhale. Back through center, take a deep breath in. And on your exhalation, lower your chin to your chest and move your chin a little bit from side to side. One more breath. And then slowly bringing your neck back to neutral. And bring your feet to the floor in front of you as you give yourself a little hug and let yourself sway from side to side. Inhale. And exhale. Lift your head back up and start to bring yourself toward a tabletop position, coming toward hands and knees. If you have your props, make sure that you have them handy. And then start to move your hips gently side to side, or maybe you rather take circles here. Just noticing how you arrive into this moment, into this practice. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhalation, start to bring your big toes to touch, separate your knees, and send your hips back toward the heels. They could go all the way back, or you could let yourself stay halfway, or however far you want to go. And then bring a block under your forehead so that you can find a little bit of support. And maybe you let yourself wiggle a little bit side to side. Inhale. And exhale. Bring yourself slowly back up toward a tabletop position. Shift your weight forward. And on your next inhalation, send your right leg behind you. Flex your foot for a moment. And then point it. Inhale to flex. Exhale to point. One more inhale. And exhale. Maybe lift your right heel a bit more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Draw your right knee toward your chest. Right foot between your hands. Maybe you grab your ankle with your hand and you slide it forward. And you can keep your hands on your blocks or the floor. Or if you rather, you could take both hands to your right knee and start to lift your chest and your torso up. And just breathe here for a moment. To create more spaciousness through the shoulders on your inhalation, maybe you take your arms out. And on your exhalation, take your hands behind your head, perhaps interlacing the fingers, drawing the elbows wide, and lifting your chest a little more. One more breath, inhale. On your exhalation, lower your hands to your blocks or the floor. Perhaps tuck your left toes and lift your left knee off the ground, or leave it on the floor, whatever you rather. Ground into your left hand. And on your inhalation, reach your right arm straight forward as you reach back through your left heel. You could stay here, or on your next inhalation, circle your right arm straight up, or allow it to land on your low back as you draw your right shoulder even further back. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Extend your right arm back up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower your right hand. Lower your left knee if you lifted it. Bring your right leg to meet your left back in tabletop. Move a little bit. Breathe. One more inhale. And exhale. Slow down the movement, finding yourself stable in tabletop. And on your inhalation this time, send your left leg behind you, flexing your foot. And on the exhalation, point your toes, feeling the strength and the length of the leg. Inhale to flex. Exhale to extend. One more, breathe in, breathe out. Lift your left heel a little higher, squeeze your left glute, inhale. Exhale, draw your left knee toward your nose, toward your chest, and eventually plant your left foot between your hands. Taking a moment to find stability in your low lunge. Let your shoulders relax and your gaze go forward. Maybe eventually you take both hands to your left thigh and you lift your chest a little bit more. Let yourself stay here, or on your inhalation, take your arms out, bend your elbows, and slowly bring your hands behind the head, maybe cradling your head with your hands and opening up through the front body a bit more. One more breath here, inhale. On the exhalation, frame your left foot, perhaps lift your right knee off the earth if you want to build a little bit more strength through the legs. And on your inhalation, reach your left arm forward, reach back through the right heel, and then stay or take your arms straight up, or land it on your low back for a little bit more rotation. One more breath. And then on your inhalation, extend your left arm. And on the exhalation, frame your left foot. This time, lift your right knee off the floor if it's not already there. And take as many steps forward as you want until you come to the top of your mat. Feet parallel to one another, hands to your blocks or the ground. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And on your exhalation, let yourself fold and relax your head. Inhale, rise up, stretch through the legs, through the arms, perhaps gaze up. Palms unite overhead. And on the exhalation, draw your hands to the midline and then release them to the sides. Roll your shoulders up, breathe in. And as you breathe out, roll them back and down. One more just like that. Inhale, roll your shoulders. Exhale, roll them back and down. Find stability through the legs. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, draw the hands to the midline as you bend your knees and take your hands down toward your blocks, your shins, the floor. Let your head hang heavy. Inhale, flat back. Now frame your right foot with your hands or your blocks. Step your left foot back. You can lower your left knee or keep it off the floor. It's up to you. And on your inhalation, lift your chest, perhaps lift your arms up. Or if you want to, you can once again interlace your hands behind your head and lift your chest. Now, if you're wobbly, there's always the option of lowering the knee, but it's also an option to just be wobbly and enjoy what happens there, yeah? Press through the ball of your right foot, breathe in. And as you breathe out, lower your hands to your blocks or the ground. Now take a half step forward with your left foot and extend through both legs a little bit more. They don't have to be all the way straight. Ground onto your left hand, and on your inhalation, reach your right arm forward and circle it straight up, or perhaps to your low back for a twist here. One more breath, inhale. And exhale. Circle your right hand all the way back down to the blocks or the shin or the floor. Take a step forward with your left foot. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, stretch up. Exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart and all the way down next to your body. One cycle of breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Reach your arms back up. Stretch. Inhale. Exhale, take your hands all the way back down. Let your head relax. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Frame your left foot. Exhale, step your right foot back. Take a moment to find the stability that you are seeking here. Feel free to stay with your hands supported. Lower the knee. Keep it up, whatever you need. And on your inhalation, rise up. Take a moment to find your breath. And maybe on the exhalation, you take your hands behind your head and you open a bit more. One more breath here. Inhale, reach your arms straight up. Exhale, lower your hands to your blocks or the floor. Take a half step forward with your right foot. Extend through both heels, lengthen your spine. Inhale, take your left arm forward and up. And then circle it around if you want to until it lands on your low back. One more breath. And then circling your left arm forwards again and down. And step your right foot to meet the left. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise, stretch up, find length. Exhale, fold forward. This time, take your hands toward the earth. Bend your knees enough that you can let your belly rest toward your thighs. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant both hands on the floor. Step your feet back. And lower your left knee to the earth. Now pivot your right heel toward the left. And maybe your left foot moves a little to the left. And on your inhalation, bring your right hand to the hip or straight up toward the ceiling. Exhale, lower your right hand down. Come back to your tabletop. Send your left leg behind you this time. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, pivot your left heel to the right. Maybe your right foot moves a little to the right. Inhale, take your left arm up. Exhale, lower your left hand, lower your left knee, and you could stay here in a tabletop position, or perhaps you move your knees slightly back. Breathe in. Breathe out, bend your elbows straight back as you lower down to your abdomen. Allow the hands to rest right underneath the shoulders and your elbows to squeeze back. Inhale, peel your chest off the floor, opening up into a cobra. Maybe you move your hips, your shoulders, your neck. Inhale and exhale. Slowly lower yourself all the way back down. And if you want a little bit of a deeper back bend, slide your hands a little further back toward your hips. Press through your fingertips, and as you inhale, lift up again. Maybe this time your arms extend and your thighs lift off the floor for upward dog. And on the exhalation, knees on the ground or not, send your hips back. Maybe you stay in tabletop. Maybe you tuck your toes. Lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Deep breath in through the nose. And out through the nose or mouth. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, gaze to the top of the mat, soften your knees. Exhale, step your feet to the outside of your hands. So you're turning your toes out and your heels in, and then start to see if you can lower your hips down. For some of us, the heels may stay off the floor. For some of us, using blocks may be very helpful, so you could keep the blocks in front. You could also see if you can sit on one of the blocks, right? And perhaps you bring the elbows to the insides of the knees, palms together, and lift your chest here and breathe. Notice what arises. Let your shoulders relax, your breath deepen. One more breath, inhale. And exhale. Take your hands behind you, move any props out of the way, and bring your bum back down. And then just take a moment here to move your legs a little side to side. Give yourself a little hug, tucking your head down perhaps. And just consider if there's something nice you can tell yourself, something kind. Breathe in and breathe out. Lift your chest back up and bring yourself into a comfortable seat just to take a couple of breaths to close the practice. Your hands can rest on your lap or your knees, or maybe it resonates to bring one hand to your heart and the other to your abdomen. As you soften your gaze or close your eyes, just notice how you feel physically, mentally, emotionally. What is your heartbeat like? What is your breath like? And can you find a little bit of joy or contentment just because you are? Deep breath in and let go. Once you're ready, you can start to open your eyes and release your hands. I hope that you've enjoyed this short practice. If so, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you liked about it. What types of practices do you use when you just want to move your body a little and see how it feels? And I look forward to seeing you in the next practice. Until then, be well.